You know, I was thinking about what Minister of Health and Wellness said on his podcast about these foods out here. These foods that are manufactured will really make you go crazy out here. Trigger foods. I'm going to briefly talk about this right quick. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. You already know, if unless you crawled under a rock, there was a shooting that happened out here locally in the DMV, on my side of town, of course. And it was happening over in Oxon Hill, Maryland. It wasn't a shooting; it was a stabbing. It was a murder. It was a murder that happened in Oxon Hill last night, right at the Popeyes over there. I've been over that area before. Don't hang around that area much, but I've been over that area before. I guess the story was one guy was in line. I guess the other guy had cut in front of the line to get the fried chicken sandwich. And the guy who got cut in front of got mad and stabbed the guy who cut in front of him. And according to the local news down here, it was just, he stabbed him once and killed him. But nevertheless, and that was a tragic death over some chicken. Which prompted me to not even think about going to Popeyes right now. I have no desire to go. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really mess with Popeyes chicken like that. I like Popeyes chicken myself. I've always liked the way, at least I have in the past. When I did eat chicken, I would occasionally eat Popeyes chicken. Popeyes I actually like better than the Colonel sometimes. Now, I'll be honest with you about that. But, before, when they came out with the chicken sandwich, I wasn't eating Popeyes that much anyway. Since they had the chicken sandwich out earlier this summer, and since they brought it back, I've had no real desire to go over there. It's not worth it. It's not worth the effort. I posted an earlier podcast talking about that from yesterday, where I went to a Popeyes, where I was going I went and got some money to go to a Popeyes on 301 out here. And I decided, after I saw that line of cars wrapping around the entire Popeyes building, a restaurant, from the drive-thru all the way around to the front, I said, forget it. It wasn't even worth it. I'm getting ready to go past there tonight. So I know it's going to be packed. It's not worth it. And I know it's when it comes to us as consumers, we like to buy all the time. We don't like to bill, but we like to spend money. Like we got it like that. I mean, the number of us that don't. Let's keep it honest. Knowing that you ain't got it like that, why you gonna spend money like that? That's what tripped me out. You don't do that. That's stupid. That's foolhardy. Like I don't know what. Like Checkers. Look, Checkers ain't nobody Checkers. And I'll tell you the truth. Sometimes I'd rather eat at Checkers than I would over there. Now Checkers, for example, has one of the best fish sandwiches. And my dad, God rest his soul, my dad bragged about Checkers. Now in Cleveland, they have rallies, because I remember his rallies back in the 80s. So I go way back with that. Do you know, I was thinking about something. There was a time when I went to rallies when I was younger. I couldn't even afford to even buy French fries at rallies. That was 1985. I was thinking about that. That's how broke I was before I left Cleveland. I was that broke. And I was 21 then, believe it or not. This was like the maybe midwinter, heading towards the early spring of 1985. Never forget that. But Checkers Rallies has the best fish sandwiches I've ever had. My dad even told me that he thought that the fish sandwiches down here from Checkers were better than fish sandwiches at Rallies. I think I had Rally's one time. I don't think they're that much different than me personally. Although Checkers was a little bit more, how can I put it? Had a little bit more flavor to it. But nevertheless, I'm not really talking about food. But that's my point. I mean, food is food. You know, food is your necessity to satisfy our hunger. But there's no way in hell I'm going to go around and I have no desire to hurt people because I have a satisfied for a specific food. That is dumb. You can make them sandwiches at home by yourself for probably cheaper. I told somebody that, I said, you probably can make that sandwich for about half of what you pay for at Popeyes. I bet any amount of money you can. You know? And I heard somebody in the office say they nothing but like chicken tenders anyway. You know? Or probably, that's probably what all it is anyway. You know? Thick pieces of chicken tenders. That's what it looks like too, I mean, from what I saw. But I'm not about to go up in no Popeyes to buy a chicken sandwich and fight over it. That's just like one woman said on the news this morning. It's just childish. It's completely childish and ignorant as hell. You can have that. You can have, you know what I mean? I was telling somebody at the dealer earlier when I had my car at the oil change. I said, you know what? And this is the honest truth. If you want to get in line, that's fine. I don't care. I ain't gonna fight. I've had people do it before. I mean, me and my wife went to a shoe store one time. We had a couple people do that. No big deal. I got mad, but I was, but hey, whatever. I ain't gonna fight you. Just some things it's just not worth fighting with. And that's real talk. It's just some things just aren't worth it. And that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. Some things just ain't worth it. It's not. It's petty. You know, my old lady almost got caught up in an accident today. And thank the Lord she wasn't, man. You know. But she was telling me about this guy. Put that up there. She was telling me about this guy who was flying, and she let him go past. She had to get out the way. She had to speed up to get out the way, because otherwise he would have ran to her. You know. I think the Lord was on her side, was on my side too, man. I'm glad she was okay. I'm glad she didn't get hurt. I feel bad for the guy who did get hurt. You know, but and I hate to say it, he kind of brought that on himself. They say he was speeding out there like a demon. You know, he was going way too fast. And he didn't care. Young boy probably pissed off at the world. Some who knows. But that's my whole point about this. We got to a point where we consume so much gluttony and stuff out here in the world that we just don't care about our fellow man anymore. What the hell's going on? You know, I was talking to a guy at the dealer just a minute ago. How people used to care about people. How people used to not. You could go out at night. You could have $100, $200 in your pocket. Walk down the street by yourself at night. 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody will bother you. You know. Because people worried about their life then. Yeah, but I'm going to say this. Everything changed. And this is from my experience being ex-military. Everything changed after the crack epidemic. When crack hit the streets around 1980, late 85, 86, everything changed after that. My world was never the same after that. And I noticed a big difference too. And Cleveland slowly started to come up after the 80s, maybe about the early to mid-90s. That's when things really changed. And it was obvious that things had changed. People didn't act the same. People didn't dress the same. People didn't walk the same. People didn't talk to you the same. And you can clearly see that. You know? And then you start seeing all these places selling Biggie-sized fries, super-sized from McDonald's, Biggie-sized from Wendy's. Wendy's have been doing that for a while. Now you get Biggie-sized fries, hamburgers, sandwiches, milkshakes, all of that. supersized McDonald's, same thing. You know, all of that changed over the years, man. A lot of stuff that they didn't add the extra gluttony by adding these extra these big size meals and stuff wasn't out there like they are now. You know, all this food's junk, man. All this food is out here now is like that. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is junk. McDonald's. I did a podcast on that last week. I don't even mess with McDonald's like that. The only time I haven't ate. Matter of fact, the last time I ate at McDonald's, this is no joke. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think the last time I ate at a fast food restaurant. I ain't ate at a fast food restaurant in a while. But the last time I ate at a major fast food restaurant like McDonald's was 4 months ago. I mean, I take it back. 3 months ago. It was in August. Yeah. Sure was. About 3 months ago. Haven't had a desire to eat it since. Matter of fact, this is the only time I ate McDonald's, I think, this whole year. And the reason why I say that is because I don't go to McDonald's like that. First of all, McDonald's lines be crowded like this, like they are at Popeyes, especially during the evening hours, like that every day. And weekends is ridiculous because nobody likes to cook, you know. And you see now people just like they're too lazy to cook home meals. They go out there and buy to eating all that junk, man. You know. Some people go up there every day, buy the kids that food. That food ain't good for you, man. Even back in the day, my parents knew that the McDonald's wasn't good for you. We didn't eat McDonald's all the time. We did eat it occasionally, sometimes, on the weekends. You know, maybe once in a while. But we didn't eat it there every day. Some people eat that mess every day. That stuff is not good for you at all. You know, even Morgan Spurlock from the Super Size Me movie, I think it's a great film. If you hadn't seen it, rent that mug out today or buy it. It is a great movie. And it's a very interesting movie too, by the way. I think he put on like 30 some odd plus pounds in 35 days. He was eating every day, 3 meals a day of McDonald's food. I couldn't do that in a month. Let alone three McDonald's meals a day. He was eating it every day. No way, man. You know, I have a hard time eating regular food. He ate that stuff all the time during the movie. You know, it was an experiment. But I'm going to tell you, you have to listen to your body. Listen to how your body reacts when you eat certain foods. There are certain foods that your body will react to in a negative way. And that's even when it doesn't matter whether it's hamburgers or French fry or fruit cup. You can see how your body reacts. If I eat a fruit cup in the morning for breakfast, and I ain't eating all heavy breads like French toast or waffles or with some syrup on it, or a bagel or egg McMuffin or something like that. If I ain't eating that, I eat just like a fruit cup, maybe like 1 or 2 sausage links. If I eat the fruit cup with sausage, that's it. I'm good. I feel light as a feather. I feel like I have more go power. But if you eating that stuff like the bagels, you know, with the cream cheese and all that, and meat in between it, you know, and you eating waffles and egg McMuffin with sausage, 2 of them, with the hash browns and all that stuff, pancakes, the French toast and all that stuff weigh you down. To me, those are trigger foods, especially if I eat it really heavy. Yeah, I can even eat 2 and 3, and still I feel the effect. It's like I equivalent it to equivalent. Is that a word? I equivalent it to like if you're lifting weights. Okay, it's maybe not a great analogy, but for me, it's like lifting. It's like if you're adding a weight in a sock. Okay, just pretend that the sock is your mouth and you're eating the food and it bogs you down. It weighs you down. That's how heavy food feel in my stomach sometimes. You know? And it takes longer to burn it off. People don't think like that. People think if you eat a certain amount of heavy food, it don't even have to be real heavy, but a certain amount of heavy food, it's going to satisfy your hunger and make you and help you give you more energy. And a lot of times, you know, I noticed when I learned to eat when I learned to eat lighter, I think lighter on my feet. I feel better. I have more energy, more vigorous in a lot of ways. Yeah, including that too, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I do. I really do, seriously. And you want to do more. You know, you really do. But when I eat heavy, it does me no good. It does me no good at all. And like Minister of Health and Wellness was saying earlier in this podcast, sometimes certain foods will make you act a certain way. And he's totally right. That's what I was saying. Certain foods will make you sluggish. Certain foods will trigger you in a way they shouldn't trigger you. If you ate regular food. Or regular food that they have a lot of grease and chemicals and stuff in it. Like now. You know, I've had people tell me, that I don't look my age. I turned 55 about almost 2 weeks ago. Sometimes when I get up, I do feel my age, but that's normal. But like I said before, as long as I'm eating light, I don't feel my age. I feel younger. And I don't look my age because I try to get plenty of rest. I don't get as much rest as I should lately, but that's another story. I'm going through some stuff right now. Maybe it's my midlife crisis. I have no idea. But I try to get plenty of rest. I don't overexert myself. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So that helps too. People don't realize that a lot of times. That helps you more sometimes than anything else. You know, when you ain't doing all them bad vices and stuff, you know. Like, I did drink when I went to Virginia Beach. You know, I did because I was at the Funk. The Funk was right in front of my beach. My beach oceanside room. Right there. This is the whole concert. Sit back in my little living room over there, man. I'm kicking back brewskis. You know, loved it. Loved every minute of it. I had to do it over again. I did it over again. But that was a time that I needed to unwind and relax, because this was a hellified year. I had to do it. I went through more crap this year than any other year in my entire life. So it was worth the effort of driving down there and kicking some brewskis back. I enjoyed it. And I was very relaxed when I left. Even driving home. I drove all the way there and all the way back. You know. But as far as junk food goes, man, y'all gotta cut that mess out. The hell with a chicken sandwich. I would prefer mine to be grilled anyway. It's better for you, health-wise. You know, people eat all that junk. And like I said, the junk make you sluggish. It adds more weight to you. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for your mind, body, and soul. It's really not. None of that stuff is not good for you at all. You know? And I tell people, I even tell young people, I say, man, you change your eating habits, man. You know, I know some kids as young as 13, 14 years old. Big as I don't know, bigger than me. Too big. You know why? Because the parents, mamas and or daddies, feed them all the junk, man. Never encourage them to work out and exercise anything, because a lot of them didn't do it. You know? Now myself, I mean, I'm not doing bad. I ain't doing great. I maintained a size 42 for the last 2 years. I'm surprised. Actually, one point I went back to 44 and I could drop it back. But I learned to be moderate in what I eat and learn to eat the right stuff. I've gotten to a point now, even though I love fried foods, I don't eat a lot of fried food. Matter of fact, I rarely eat fried foods at all anymore. And that's my word. I really don't. I don't mess with fried foods. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't eat a lot of junk. Matter of fact, I don't eat almost no junk food, to be honest with you. Now, I've been eating multigrain chips, which I love, and I don't even eat them that often. But a lot of stuff I cut out. I mean, literally had to cut. I just cut out. I just can't. I don't have to a point where I have a disdain. I've trained my mind and my body not to eat a lot of that junk because I know what's going to trigger me off. I know even at my age right now, I know what's going to trigger me about what's good for my body and what's not. What's going to make me feel good after I eat it and what's not. I automatically know. Like for breakfast, I know if I go in a cafeteria or something or go to McDonald's someplace, I know what's going to set me off. Food-wise. That's why I just don't do it anymore. So I cut a lot of that junk out. Cut a lot of that mess out. Because I can't eat that mess. That's all I do. Can't do it. This food don't got that. Oh, man. And they'll pick the head the right away, too. But you got to learn to train your body. You can train your body, but you have to train your mind so that your mind can train your body about what seriously, about what you know is going to trigger you not to want to eat. And the best way to do it, this is my advice, the best way to do it, of course with doctor's orders and all that, the best way to do it is to avoid it. Keep the foods in your house that you need to be eating, like fruits and vegetables, salads. Do you know many food stores now come with pre-made salads already chopped up and sliced? Even has a salad dressing and everything for you, and the fixings. I love that. Over here in my neighborhood, they come up with a rural farms, man. There's about a dozen rural farms in the area. There's one up on the other side of my neighborhood, and then there's like two more not far from me. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm not really knocking rural farms. I just don't like the fact that they put it so close to an intersection that I had to drive through every day. I'm like, that's crazy. Not sure for the life of me why they would put it out there. But that's another whole story. But anyway, we gotta be mindful of what we eat, guys. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, so to speak. Think about it. We don't even own Popeyes. Guess who's putting that food out? Guess where that food originated from? Somebody was saying today, they made a joke about it, you never know, they put that voodoo in the food or something. That's what they say. I just say that. But nevertheless, though, I can't eat that stuff. I know at my age I don't, and I'm very mindful of what I eat. I really am, because thank God that I came out okay with the colonoscopy, although they did find 2 polyps that had not been taken out, could have been cancerous. That they have, let's talk about that, because cancer does run in my family. I didn't realize until about 2-3 years ago how deep cancer runs in my family. It's like, wow, that's insane. So you have to really take inventory of what you eat anymore out here. People don't do that. And it's a shame that I watch people every night or every day when I go past McDonald's, how long that line is. That line goes long for miles around that mall, man. And the same thing lately with Popeyes. But I was telling somebody else earlier, I said, I only saw 3 people in line over at the KFC and 3 people in line over at the Bojangles. Wasn't nobody in line over there. You know? It's crazy, though. People need to take accountability of their inventory of the food that they eat and be mindful of what the children eat as well. You know? But they don't. People won't do it. People do stupid stuff out here. They continue to do stupid stuff out here, no matter what. You know? And they're going to keep on doing that kind of stuff, stupid stuff, no matter what. You know? They're going to keep it up. They're going to keep it up. No matter what. Man. You know? That's ridiculous. They don't care. See, the problem with us is we expect somebody else to fix our problems. This I know for a personal fact. Yeah. And it's a damn shame that we always expect somebody else to do it instead of us taking accountability of our own actions as a people. You know? It annoys the living shit out of me. I'm going to tell you that right up front. It really does. You expect everybody else to take care of, be accountable for what you're doing and what you're not doing. It's so silly. It's so silly and it's so trivial to me. Oh no. Who knew? Who knew? Okay. All right, guys. I was just looking at a statement here that I got. I don't think so. Don't get me in trouble with that. Can you use it? But no. All right. But like I said, guys, we gotta do better. We want to be better. If we want to be better, fam, we gotta do better. And we ain't doing better. We're doing worse. You know. And it should be a lesson to us all. That stabbing was a preventable death. Preventable. I mean, I don't know what kind of young man that 28-year-old man was. You know, all I know is him and my son was roughly about the same age. And my heart goes out to the family of the victim. It really does, man. Because this was something that just didn't have to happen at all. You know, regardless of whether he or whoever cut in front of the line and whoever did what. You know? We need to learn not to be so petty regardless of what is what out here. Because right now, we're living in a dangerous world, playing these dangerous-ass games for no reason at all. This is DJ Wolf, and I'm out.